up, everybody? Welcome out to our 6 o'clock live stream.
Welcome.
We got a cool show lined up for everybody. Hopefully, everybody is here early tonight because this is going to be a long one. Just want to make sure everything looks good, sounds good before we get rolling. Once we get some people filtering in, we're going to knock this thing out of the park, dude. I'm excited to do this episode.
I'm glad you're feeling better, man.
Yeah, man. Real bad, a couple days with the old back. And, I did my Wednesday night show. We did a discussion on Ben Corday. Was really cool, man. It turned out to be a really good, what I thought anyway. I thought it was a really good episode. Got a lot of views after the fact. I had a pretty decent crowd Wednesday night. Thank you, Sarah, for the $5 super chat.
Hi, Sarah.
Kicking it off right off the bat. Boom, boom.
I saw the Bone Bowl. It was nice.
Don't forget, Sarah has reminded us that super chat's on if you feel like supporting the show.
Did you see the Bone Bowl she made?
They are much appreciated. I did not. You know what, man? It's been weird, dude. Like, I just haven't really been on Instagram as much the past probably week because I've been editing. I made 2 shorts for the Richie Fi episode. One of them's already out. I got another one ready to go. And I also have, what else? I forget. Whatever. Anyway.
I did laundry.
Welcome out, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We got a decent crowd. Look at that, dude. We got Joe Capabianco in the house.
Hey, Mr. Capabianco.
I knew you were going to be interested in this story tonight, man. This is going to be a wild one. And in case anybody hasn't heard yet, we're going to roll right into this, dude, because we got a lot of ground to cover.
So before we do this, though, I've been painting Flash lately.
Go ahead.
And I just really want to say that I hate corporate involvement in tattooing. But on the other hand, this is a new sheet I'm working on.
There you go, man. He's working on his Nike Flash.
Born to wear Nikes. Born to Nike. Live to Nike. Ride to Nike.
Yeah, man.
My Nikes. Just saying. If they're looking for any other collaborators. Yeah. What's it called when you the Vichy government in France? Collaborators, right? When you cooperate with a foreign power against your own people, collaborators?
Yeah.
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 So I'm just saying, collaborations.
There you
go.
go.
Out there from Nike watching.
We got a trader in the house already. So just in case anybody hasn't seen it, there has been quite a crazy amount of reels that have gone on about Nike sponsoring a tattoo academy in California and one in Spain. So there are 2 of them. We'll get into the details about the tattoo academy after we cover some of the info. But what I did want to do was I wanted to go ahead and at least shine a little light on one of the reels that was, that I saw. And we'll give Ben Shaw a little credit because he's the one that put this together. And I have the audio off because he has a song in the background. I don't want to get dinged for his song. But basically, he was the first one that I saw calling this out. And, so I want to give him credit. Since then, there's been quite a few. I mean, I've seen Beaver Duck. I've seen Jesse Martinick. I've seen random tattoo people that I don't know that equally are pissed off or frustrated with the whole situation. And I felt like it was a good topic for us to cover. Let's try to dig in and get some actual info and go from there. I think Joe Capabianco just said it's a shit show we're about to go through, and I agree. Now, I did do a lot of digging for this. Let's go to the first set of screenshots that I have where we have this part here. This is basically a quick blurb. If you were to Google it right now, where they talk about what the collaboration is, it's called the Ganga Tattoo Academy. I'm not going to read all this because I have a bunch of other info, but it kind of gives you bullet points if you were to Google it.
So interestingly enough, I looked at the Ganga Tattoo Academy website, and admittedly, I'm not the most savvy when it comes to computers, but I'm fairly certain that every artist on there had 3 pictures of their work. That's it.
Yeah, so let me see if I could pull that up.
I mean, 3 pictures. Not 30, not 300.
So I do want to go right
3.
off the bat with I don't want this to turn into us, ganging up on this dude, but I guess it's going to eventually turn into that anyway. I actually set my reminder to remind myself to say something, so I'll get to that. But one of the things that Justin and I noticed that seemed a little off, we'll call it off. Everybody on the website listed as their artists. The guy Joaquin Ganga, is the only one that actually shows his face. All the other artists have their face covered. Now,
Dude,
I don't know if they took it during COVID.
Maybe.
It could have, but it just seemed kind of odd to me.
Dude,
It seems a little sus.
It's incredibly hard to see the tattoo artists on the website through the massive amounts of tattooing that they all have.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's literally like 3 pictures for each.
No. I mean the artists themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about people that have given themselves over bodily to the art of tattooing.
Yeah.
These people are covered.
So anyway, there are tons of, blurbs that you could look up if you want to Google this yourself. But I did my own personal digging. I have some other stuff for this right here was the actual article that Bradshaw did the video on. And funny enough, if you look at the very bottom here, looks like Beaver Duck made a comment on the video and said, "Wait till I start making my own shoes. It's over for them." So there you go, man.
So we were talking tonight about we're going to start a new phrase, a new key.
Yeah, dude. And I'm happy that you're on here, Joe. Hopefully you're still hanging with us, dude. We're going to coin a phrase right here.
Media tattooing.
Bang. There you go.
So we're going to make the distinction between real tattooing and media tattooing, or tattooing for media. Because when Buck was reading the statements that were being made, it was so corporate.
Yeah. And we're going to get into the statements. It's definitely, dude, I work in corporate America during the day.
Once they mentioned the word synergy.
Yeah, dude. And whoever wrote some of their stuff is definitely works in that corporate environment. And so Joe just said, I'm assuming this allows to have major corporate money jack up their prices, give them larger reach and more BS bragging rights that all young wannabe safe going to be attracted to. So yes, you are onto something. Now, I'm going to go flip to our main screen so this way you could see Justin and I. Not that you need to see us, but
there's a lot of us to see.
There is. We take up a big screen.
I just clocked in at 340.
So, I did a lot of digging, and I found 22 different articles, and I did a little combination, so this way it compiled the info into some nice bullet points. And so from this first paragraph, Nike's collaboration with Ganga Tattoo Academy represents a strategic partnership that diverges from traditional athletic sponsorships, focusing instead on the intersection of artistic talent, creative culture, and brand synergy. If that doesn't scream corporate America, I don't know what does. So right there off the bat, dude, boom. And this is from the Nike X Ganga LA website. I guess they were announcing their partnership.
Dude, and bear in mind, Buck, I'm not the guy that says I'm a tattoo artist.
Thank you for the super chat, Chris.
I'm not, like I always say, I'm not living in Paris down by the Seine, eating ramen noodles so I can afford my oil paints. I mean, I'm not against people making a living in this craft and treating this as a craft. I mean, I'm not against people staying humble and making money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it begins to feel infiltrated.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely. So the alliance underscores Nike's commitment to supporting the next generation of talent, extending its mission beyond sports to embrace artistic communities. The partnership is largely characterized by co-branded initiatives and the promotion of tattoo artistry rather than direct financial underwriting of the Academy's operational costs or explicit academic programming. Now, that is a bunch of corporate BS word salad trying to screw you out. Okay? What this really comes down to is they're saying it's a creative and cultural collaboration where Nike is going to basically sponsor this dude Ganga's backpacks, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever the hell he sells. Now, Justin and I were talking about this pre-show as we were going over our notes, and this is not to disparage Ed Hardy at all.
As we were going over Buck's notes.
Anyway, it kind of reminds me of the whole thing with Ed Hardy selling his name to the clothing company to make, t-shirts, sweatshirts, cologne, all that stuff. So,
but the difference is, right? Years ago, I was getting tattooed at Electric, and I asked Mike the question, what do you think about Hardy in the T-shirts and the spangly clothes and Tommy Yak spoke up. Tommy Yak was like, if anybody deserves it, Ed does.
Yeah, for sure.
If anybody deserves to be making mint off of American tattooing.
For as much as he did?
Yeah.
I get it.
For his books alone.
And that's when I bring that up, that is not us disparaging Ed Hardy at all. I was just trying to make some type of correlation so this way people that didn't do the research that I put into this kind of get some kind of association on how I'm looking at it right now. I'm not saying it's anything like that at all. So let me make that clear. I
don't think nobody was thinking you were, bro.
I know, man. But in my mind, in my own little head, I'm always trying to play the defensive angles from like how people are gonna say shit to me, and that's kind of the route that I went. Now, the one thing that I noticed on most of the reels, and I think was our initial reaction right off jump, was that Nike is putting together this tattoo school. The more I dug into this, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I think it's more along the lines of this dude Ganga has a tattoo school and Nike is going out of their way to sponsor the dude because, just like Joe Capobianco just said in chat, this is Nike smelling blood in the water and going for the money. That's exactly what this is, because I don't know if Nike has a new marketing manager or something at the company, because when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, it was Nike sponsoring Michael Jordan and all these basketball players, and then, football and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a jock shoe.
Exactly.
Jocks wore Nikes.
Well, now all of a sudden, Nike's even sponsoring Lego. There's like a Lego, Nike set. So is this, hey, we're not making a shit ton of money off our shoes anymore, so we're going to go ahead and...
But the thing that, even with them just sponsoring, say, his clothing line, I mean, the amount of reach that's going to give the guy, because an influence, because, I mean, can you imagine in this channel, for instance, if Nike came to us and said, we're going to give you $100,000, right? That's Nike money. I mean, they're not talking about, like, if I get a decent run of shirts made, 800 shirts, right? That's going to be a couple grand, maybe.
Right.
They're gonna put buckets of money into this guy and buy him
Oh yeah. So and that's what he's banking on, right? He's
Buy-in.
actually banking on them, backing him. So now he has wider publicity for his hoodies and all the other shit that he's doing, and low level back of the napkin pushing his tattoo school.
But even just somebody dropping $50,000 into the merch pile
Yeah,
for a shop, for a working shop, for somebody to introduce that kind of capital.
right.
I mean, that's life changing.
So our friend Katie B,
KDB.
she just said, "I got my Nike art certification. When do I begin tattooing?" The funny thing about that is, we'll get to that in a minute. They actually have I have the certification in the school that they have their certification from in my notes. Yeah, it's no bullshit. It's this whole thing is like, man, it's this is going to be a tough one for me. I don't know about Justin, but I know for me, I always try to stay neutral, middle of the road, because, look, man, I don't want to piss anybody off. I'm trying to reach as wide an audience as I can for my channel, for the sake of my channel. But at some point, I guess you got to bite the bullet, man, and this is where I'm going to bite it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I considered recusing myself.
Yeah, tonight's going to be tough for me, but I'm going to try to stay as
I'm
See, the thing is, man, is
it's like I don't even know if Nike were being reasonable. If this were like a reasonable idea, if I could even hear it, man. I'm just not
right.
built to accept international corporations into tattooing.
Well, so this is a whole bigger thing.
Jesus.
I mean, dude, you want to talk about rolling the snowball down the hill and turn it into an avalanche? This is what we're talking about. Justin and I have actually talked about Nexus. For the life of me, I can't remember the other company. Doesn't matter.
BlackRock.
Yeah.
Not yet. Soon enough.
So there's another company that they're basically buying mom and pop tattoo supply places and all that other stuff. So I think that's another fear that most of these people that are throwing the negative reels out about are worried that, and rightfully so. This is just another money grab from a big corporate entity that's going to try to gobble up all the mom and pop stuff that have grown and built the foundations of tattooing.
So I would say probably 5 or 10 years.
God damn, I'm amped up tonight, dude. I think I don't do drugs. I'm talking like I'm all geeked up.
So 5 or 10 years ago, Eric Perfect and a bunch of guys got together because people had come into the Philadelphia area, and basically what they were doing is they were going to alien tattoo shops with big checks and saying, "We'll buy the whole thing."
Yep.
And they were trying to buy up little tattoo shops in the area because they were going to start a tattoo academy here. Until Eric Perfect and a bunch of guys from Philly got together and like blew the whistle.
Yeah, they were like, "Nah, not having it, dude."
But that's what they were doing. They were looking for. I mean, they were using corporate strategy, I guess. You look for a weak business, and you.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, it sounds like this dude that owns these, tattoo academies and considers himself to be I forget where it's in here somewhere.
Visionary?
Yeah, like visionary, artist, whatever, dude.
Is he on par with Nando?
You're touching a nerve, bro. Touching a nerve.
All right.
Keep an ear out for Mario Borth and Club Tattoo. They got plans for the future of tattooing, not for tattooers, just their idea of tattooing. Okay, that was Joe. So to get back into this real quick, the collaboration has manifested in tangible forms, notably through the launch of special apparel collection. The collection includes items such as hoodies, shirts, and meticulously designed to blend Ganga's unique tattoo artistry with Nike's iconic branding. The initiatives serve as a powerful symbol of Nike's mission to foster diverse creative skills and talent, recognizing tattooers as a significant art form, or tattooing as a significant art form.
I mean, because that's really always a good mix when corporate money gets involved in art. I mean, definitely art always improves when corporate money's involved, right?
No,
No,
I would say no.
no.
The partnership is understood as a co-branded product collaboration aiming for brand alignment and artistic synergy rather than conventional sponsorship that directly funds the Academy's educational operations. So that line right there is the line that kind of stuck in my head, where it was, my interpretation was, this isn't, hey, we're giving you a check for $200,000 to do your school. It's more of, hey, and I don't know what the money is at all, but here's 200. It's probably way more than 200,000. I'm undercutting it.
It's Nike.
Yeah. But here's $200,000 for your collaboration on your backpacks and hoodies and whatever else.
And do you know why?
Go ahead.
Because if Nike had bankrolled the school, any person worth their salt would be like, why is the tuition what it is? You're getting subsidized by Nike.
It's funny you should bring that up, because I actually did try to get some.
So if the school can say our tuition and our operating costs are separate from the money that Nike's given us, they can then charge what they want, right?
So I looked into this and I tried to pull some numbers out. I knew it was going to be almost impossible, because unless it's a publicly traded company, which Nike obviously is, but not the Academy, they're not going to give out their details.
Yeah, not without a deposit
So
check.
information regarding the financial aspects of Nike's sponsorship of Ganga Tattoo Academy is not publicly disclosed. So there's no numbers to throw at this. Ironically enough, led me down the road of, okay, well, what's the cost structure of their academy? So where's their fees? How much are they charging? How long's the classes? What are the classes about? Let me tell you something, man. I mean, I have some details here, but they're not really telling you a lot at all. There is actually no mention of fees anywhere.
Well, there wouldn't be.
If you're running a school, why wouldn't you, if it's a legit school?
It's not a legit school.
So right there, I mean, end of discussion.
I mean, what it's like any website that is offering to sell something or that doesn't put the money up front. I mean, that's a huge red flag. That isn't like, this is what it costs from jump.
So
no, they want to pull you in. What they probably want to do, because they know there's backlash from tattooers, I imagine, is there's probably a little bit of an email exchange that goes on, and maybe even vetting on the school side to make sure you're just not trying to find out about what their program is, so you can blast it all over social media.
Yeah, man. Well, we got tons of comments flying, which is awesome, man. I just saw one right here. KS Jaws just said, tattooers should boycott anything they make, even if they start in just the tattoo school. There you go. And our moderator Nikki just said, like menus with no prices.
Right.
Yeah. So you're going to sit down for a meal, dude. Why would you throw the prices out there? But the other thing that's there's no information on the school itself. It just, while Ganga Tattoo Academy offers best-in-class courses for aspiring tattoo artists, the specific time commitment for these courses remains private. So, is it 10 days, 8 weeks, 200 hours? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no anywhere. Now, obviously, if I would have probably went out of my way to maybe email them and do a little, you know what I mean? Try to secret squirrel it. I probably maybe could have got some of that information, or they would have been like, oh, well, come in and talk to us and da-da-da-da-da. Because that's how the Art Institute of Philadelphia got me. There was no discussion of funds, any of that shit. They, gave you all the bells and whistles, and next thing you know, you're 80 grand out the ass
Right.
for a degree that's pointless. Because that's exactly what's going to happen here. And I think this is probably why I'm so pissed off about this. The degree, the certificate, whatever the F you want to call it, is going to be useless. Because there's no tattoo artist out there that's worth their salt that's going to hire you. Or they're going to hire you, and you're going to hide the fact that you went to a school. And then when they find out, they're going to shit can you because you know what? I actually interviewed somebody, and it happened to her.
So the first question, when I was the first question that's ever been asked is, do you have any shop experience? That's like the key. Shop experience. Not school experience, not home experience, not fake skin experience.
Yeah.
Have you put time in a tattoo shop?
So Fudu just said, and are students going to be required to sign licensing? Jesus Christ, dude. Licensing rights. I still didn't say it right. On any of their artwork over to Nike. So, the kids are in there and Jesus, dude, it's even looking worse. You want to talk about sweatshop. Now you got a bunch of students that are drawing Flash, and then Nike comes along and goes, all right, that looks pretty cool, man. Yanks it off the table. You think you turned in your work, and then 2 years from now, there's some jackass with a backpack on. He's got your goddamn Flash that you just drew. Holy Christ, it keeps getting worse.
Dave Chappelle, I don't have my own kind of sneakers. I got my own sweatshop.
Holy shit, dude. Katie said, is anesthesia training included in this school? The new wave of tattooing and sleeping?
So what the scam was in the Philadelphia area anyways was they would say, we guarantee you employment at the end of the training.
Yeah.
So what they would do...
That's exactly what the Art Institute told me, too.
That was the other part of them buying all the mom and pop shops, is that you could take your certificate to one of the shops that the school owned. And they would put you in there as like third or fourth chair for 30% for the month or 6 weeks that it took you to get sick of not making any money and starving. And then you would quit, and they get to say 100% job placement.
Yeah. Man.
Like, that's the trouble, kids. There's no shortcuts to learning to tattoo. I'm sorry. There's no shortcuts. I'm a 27-year tattooer. I'm still learning to tattoo, for Christ's sake.
So our moderator, Nikki, just pulled up some info for us and said the Philadelphia Tattoo School at least says 200 to 750 hours of guided apprenticeships. Guided apprenticeships.
Is it online, do you think?
I don't know. You're really just digging it, dude.
Or do you think there's like lines of little tattooers and then the sensei walking through with the big Bokan stick like in the Zen monasteries? And you messed up the leaf. Bam!
I wasn't going to do it. But you're forcing my hand.
Okay.
So, as you all know, I've been trying to pump up my TikTok. There's a gentleman out there that he made a really, really bad post, reel, whatever the hell you want to call it, talking about how apprenticeships are bullshit. You shouldn't have to do it. But he has a tattoo school. So, yeah, he's going to sit there and tell you that, you don't need apprenticeships because I offer a school for whatever crazy amount of money it is, where I could teach you online to be a tattoo artist.
And don't worry, you will earn $30,000 a month.
And I wasn't going to put this dude on blast, but you know what, man? He really pissed me off. And he said on the reel that I made for TikTok for Charlie Wagner, and said, I also noticed that there is not much minority history in tattooing. Why is that? And I said, well, I don't have an answer for that, but I'll give you some examples of like the Chicano culture and the Japanese culture. They were very secretive, man. They didn't really talk about their tattooing and what they were doing.
Are you saying that to get tattooed in Japan, you had to meet 2 or 3 different people before you even met the tattoo master?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
And Then he decides to say, I think it's clear it's one of the most racist groups to this day. Just like to ask the questions most don't seem to. Thanks for sharing about Bert Rodriguez. I'm going to look into him. Dude, you're running a goddamn tattoo school and you don't even know who the hell Bert Rodriguez is. So that means you have absolutely no fucking clue about the history. Take a seat, dickhead.
Well, Buck, if it's older than Ink Master, is it even tattoo history?
You know what, man? I'm usually like a nice cuddly teddy bear type of dude.
If it's older than Ink Master.
And the rage is just, if I didn't have my hat on right now, you'd probably see the goddamn vein pulsing in my head. Like, that's how pissed off I am, man.
See, no one wants to go back to the days even before I started tattooing, right? Nobody wants to go back to
Yeah, nobody wants to go back to where apprenticeships are getting treated like shit and doing errands and shit that they shouldn't have to, and being bullied and all that. We get it, dude. We understand that. But
there has to be a middle ground between the wild, wild west and nobody getting any kind of training and nobody getting any kind of guidance and being treated like shit.
And here's the thing, man. I'm not a tattoo artist, so I've never done an apprenticeship. But I did something close. I prospected for a motorcycle club that I'm not going to talk about. But let me tell you something, dude. There were many times while I was going through that prospect period before I got my patch. I'm no longer a member, by the way. Where I questioned, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And then years later, after I got patched and I was a full member and I saw all the ins and outs of everything that goes on in that club, I realized that every piece of that, what I thought was bullshit, I needed. That's exactly what an apprenticeship is. Because you know what, dude? Yeah, you got to take out the garbage. Yeah, you got to sweep the floor. Yeah, you got to clean your station. Because who else is going to do it if you want to own your own studio?
See, the mistake that I feel like was made.
Man, I could just watch the subscribers just disappearing as we go.
The mistake that was made was, hey, dickhead, take the garbage out. That's the mistake that was made. Hey, dickhead, clean the toilet. That's the mistake that was made when I was an apprentice, right?
Yeah.
If somebody would have come to me and said, listen, man, you got to learn how to keep a clean bathroom because every woman that comes into your tattoo shop is going to be influenced in her judgment of your tattoo shop by how clean the bathroom is. You have to learn how to sweep, and you have to learn how to mop. You have to learn how to keep it smelling good.
Hey, dude.
You have to, like, if they had given me reasons.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, man. No, it makes sense, dude. Because, like, hey, I'm going to look at that when I walk into a tattoo shop. But it's also just like, they tell you all the time, dude, if you go in a restaurant and you go take a piss before you order your food and the bathroom's a disgrace, turn around and walk out. Because if you can't even clean your bathroom right, God only knows what your kitchen looks like.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
I mean, I remember.
Damn, I'm fired up.
And another part of it that I understand that people don't like, so when my machines wouldn't run right, the guy that taught me to tattoo would pick up my machine, take it to the back room, and do whatever esoteric magic he would do on it to get it run right. Because he wasn't showing me at first. And then eventually showed me about cleaning the tops of the coils, adjusting the contact point, like looking at the springs.
Me and Richie Fi talked about this, because he's the one that actually brought up gatekeeping.
Right. And the thing is that with every piece of new information, right, that's what they don't talk about. When they say, look at, man, here's the new piece of the puzzle.
Right.
There's this feeling of like, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're not given everything right off the jump.
Like I've earned the right.
Exactly. Dude, and that is something for the people that are looking for the quick boom, boom, boom. They're never going to understand that.
No.
That is, you can't. We've unfortunately come into this culture as a society of instant gratification. And if you have to wait for it, it's not worth waiting for. Here's a perfect example, man. I watch a couple of dudes on YouTube that do gambling. They can't, they're doing $50, $100 spins. And they can't even play a goddamn slot machine like a regular person, dude, where you would be like, wait. Dude, they're $50 fast spinning. Because they can't even wait for the goddamn game, dude. Like, man, maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm an old man. I don't know. But here's the thing. Richie Fye talked about the whole gatekeeping thing. And he's the one that brought it up. I didn't even bring it up. And him and I both agreed at the same time. It's not gatekeeping, dude. It's understanding who's worthy of getting that information or not. Is it their place to decide who's worthy or not? If they're the one holding the cards, yeah. So it's like not giving everything out to just anybody. Because this isn't for anybody. Which is why we're seeing hundreds of tattoo artists posting about, I'm out of this business, I'm out of this craft, man, and it sucks, dude. There's unfortunately some older generation guys that gave it their all, 25, 30, 40, 50 years in this, that are having to close up shop because they don't want to be a media tattooer.
I mean, and also, man, because, I mean, I saw like a color realism tattoo of, I don't know. I don't even remember what it was, but I looked at it and I thought, I could never do that, dude.
So,
now wait a second. Like, I could never do that. I mean, you want solid lines, you want a good name, you want like solid color, good shading. I'm your guy. But I'm not doing what the kids are doing.
yeah, so that's
just the truth. I mean, that's just the truth of it.
KS, I'll get to your comment in a second, dude.
So what I have to do to compensate for that is I got to keep my prices reasonable and I got to be friendly.
Ooh, what a concept.
Right.
You have to actually be friendly and not act like an ego-driven dickhead?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah. Like, I got to make sure that when people leave here, like,
Yeah,
I
like they
that
got
dude.
something.
I like that dude.
Like you were talking about, like in the old days, right? Like if you would go to certain shops, they would give you like a little tub of A&D ointment, which we all know you're not supposed to use, or Sanoderm or whatever, and they would have their like a little shop label on there, and they'd be like, "Hey man, use this for the next couple days, you'll be good." Blah blah blah, and you were like, "Oh shit, dude, you gave me free cream. I don't have to stop at CVS."
Or even when the tattoo's done and the tattooer wants you the fuck out of the shop. Everybody that's ever been tattooed knows what that feels like.
Yeah.
Or when the tattooer's done and he's going to give you another 10 or 15 minutes of just, yeah, hey, cool, your dumb stories are interesting. Like,
I had a thought in my head and I lost it, but KS Jaws just said, I done a barber school and had an apprenticeship, and I personally feel that getting an apprenticeship is earned and buying your way into the industry is a joke. It's the equivalent of paying a millionaire to give you their secrets to success. Solid point, man. Mike Irons. What's up, Mike? Just said quality over quantity. Pick your apprentices wisely. Whew. Man, I'm on a tear tonight, dude. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, so again, I tried to look into the curriculum of this place. There wasn't a lot of information. There was comparisons to other schools where they talked about core curriculum topics include health and safety, legal requirements, suppliers and resources, tattoo designs, allergic reactions, tattoo processes, indemnity and law, aftercare, workstation clean down, marketing strategies. Yeah, so pretty much everything that you would learn in an apprenticeship as you progress through the phases.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing that these dudes are offering that you can't get with an apprenticeship. Now,
But they're offering it in an abbreviated form with some like bullshit gold star at the end.
so here's the kicker, dude. They're using the old Art Institute ploy. Ganga Tattoo Academy provides ongoing support and mentorship from seasoned professionals and dedicated coaches.
What's a seasoned professional in tattooing today? Immediate tattooing, 3 years? You think you got 3 years?
Nah, dude,
No,
seasoned?
you're right. You're right. Seasoned. Year?
Nah, dude.
6 months? You think?
Are you asking me my opinion, or are you asking me what the opinion is of the crowd?
What's the opinion of the crowd? What's
There you
the
go,
seasoned
folks.
tattooers now?
In your mind, put it in chat. What do you feel like, years-wise, is considered a seasoned tattoo artist? And while you're doing that, I'll look over to see some. So Stephen Street said, scared to mention vegan tattoos. Nathan Kisner just said, this sounds like the school Tim Hendricks has been fighting in Southern Cal. They are trying to require all artists to get their certification. It is possible. I don't know if Joe Capobianco is still in here or not, but I know he knows Tim Hendricks.
Big shout out to Tim, man.
Right.
Good tattooer.
It's possible because isn't this school? Yeah, this school would be in LA, so that'd be Southern California. So it is possible it's the same school. This school has definitely sparked controversy over the past probably like week and a half. I was going to talk about this on Wednesday, but I was like, you know what? This needs to be a me and Justin conversation because he has the years of tattooing under his belt to back up anything or any gaps where I would be like, I'm not sure what to say here. So,
it is interesting, you know, trying to be fair-handed, right?
I already blew that out of the water.
I don't think you're being that unfair. I think you're being pretty fair.
I think I went on a pretty goddamn disrespectful rant.
So, I mean, if I go on a website for a tattoo shop and there's more of a focus on the celebrities that have been tattooed in that shop than on the tattoo work that's come out of that shop, that's concerning. I mean, I don't know LA. I think LA is like its own culture and its own thing. Fat Cracker could talk all about that because he lives out there.
Right.
But I'm not concerned about whether, no disrespect to Post Malone, I think he's a pretty good guy or whatever from what I understand. I don't care if you tattooed him or not. I care about how good your tattooing is.
Well, so that's what Joe was saying earlier, dude. Like he was talking about like this, it's like not only is it a cash grab, but then it's also that ego thing of being like, oh, well, you know, man, I'm backed by Nike. I have a huge multi-billion-dollar corporation backing me.
Well, I'm backed by two fat guys at a tattoo shop.
There you go.
Corporate powerhouse.
So moderator Nikki says, the Philadelphia Tattoo School says 10 years veteran tattooers. Chris Hawkins says probably 10 to 15 years considered to be seasoned. Stephen Street said 10 years. I would say 10 years, dude. Like if you're at the point where you've hit double digits, you're not going to give up. Fair?
Yeah, I'm not going to give up, but if anybody wants to buy any tattoo stuff.
I'm just saying. I mean, I think at that point, you know what I mean? Like, you're committed.
Yeah.
You know, you get to the double-digit years. It's kind of like the whole, like, sobriety thing. Like, you hit double-digit years, you're like, dude, I'm in. Like, I'm not going back. It's those lurkers that hang out in the 7-8 year range that are like, uh-oh. All right, so chat has calmed down a little bit, so we'll get back to some of the other information I have.
So what I was trying to say before was I think there's a difference between in the tattoo shops that are closing now. There's old guys like me that maybe can't keep up with the social media, the technological developments, and the new styles of tattooing, right? It's just the truth. We're having trouble keeping up.
Yep.
But the other group of people that are quitting tattooing now are the people that should be quitting tattooing. And those are the people that are finding out that it's not easy money, that sometimes you do need to lower your prices. Sometimes you do need to tighten your belt, and you're not able to buy the new shiny thing. You know? Sometimes you get a little hungry, in January and February.
I think that right now, this is actually the thought that escaped me earlier. While this thing, controversy, whatever, was kind of all over, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, week and a half ago, the newest thing that I've seen lately is there are some people that are like throwing this like ego trippy bullshit out where they're like, if you come into my shop and you tell me this is what tattoo you want, I'm not going to do it. Because you know what, man? I'm not a copy machine. I'm here to you're buying my artistic talent. Well, let me tell you, dude, the old head tattooers came out of the woodwork for that cat. And they were like, dude, you want to be an asshole and treat your customers like that? Send them my way because I'll do $10, $20. I'll do names, whatever,
Absolutely,
all day
dude.
long.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, though, is when I was talking to Richie about this, he was saying, even in the interview, I left it in there, where he was saying, like, he goes, I think it's the circle that I surround myself with. So it's like my own little echo chamber, right? Because I'm in the echo chamber of the older generation guys and the American traditional people, which is it just happened that way, I guess. But he was like, there's other guys that I'm friends with that do like portrait type of tattoos where he goes, I got a buddy that could do like Michael Jordan dunking, and it even has like the people in the background and all that stuff, and he's tattooed or he's booked out years and years ahead.
Yeah.
He's not slow at all. So he was like, the people that are struggling right now or the people that are doing the, $50, $100, $200, $300 tattoos, because there's just not a lot of that going on right now because of the economy. He's got a point. There are those guys. Now, look, we've all heard you're booked out for the year, comments where people are like, do you really call yourself tattooing twice a week being booked out for the year? But,
so I was at the flea market today, and I wanted to get something. Guy wanted $15. I wanted to pay him $10. And he goes, I'll give 14. I'll give it to you for 14. And I was just like, just take the 15, man. I'm not going to hassle over $1. You want to save me like a cup of coffee? You want to save me $5? That's cool. And the point being is that, like, if I got to lose a tattoo because I insist on charging $125 for it instead of $90, I don't deserve to do the fucking tattoo. Right? Like, we don't have to be mean. We don't have to count every penny when we're charging people for our work. It's not the time for that.
it's like the movie Barbershop, man. I don't know if you ever saw it with Ice Cube, where the kid comes in and he, sits down and gets his hair cut. And then when it's time to pay, he's all like, and then books out the door. And he does it a couple times or whatever. And then the dude actually winds up getting a job, and he comes back and he hands him the money, and he was like, "Look, I just didn't have the money." And the dude, and Ice Cube's like, "Nah, dude, it's all good, man. Keep it. I'm happy you got a job." But it's the same kind of thing, right? Where you go, you know what, man? I'll cut this dude a break, this chick a break, because they don't have the full money right now. I'm not showing anything that's saying that they're just trying to be cheap on me or whatever. I'll cut them a break because right now they really want this tattoo because maybe it's a memorial tattoo or something. I'll cut them the break. I'll give it to them. You know what? That person, a month, 2 month, 3 month, whatever, down the road is going to come back to you to get a tattoo that they can pay full price for because you cut them a break at some point.
Because, it is a lot like, what am I bringing to... I know it sounds corny, dude. Like, I know it sounds corny. But what am I bringing to people in tattooing? Like, if I really... I just want to tattoo people.
Yeah. Hey,
I just want to do decent work.
if you're
on
watching
people.
right now, please just do a quick like and share on this video so this way we can maybe push it out to a couple more people. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
So I don't mind, like, if I'm just sitting here and the dude's got, like, $60, what does it matter?
Right.
I'm just sitting here.
Now, if you're slammed,
If you're slammed, it's a different story.
and you say to the dude, hey, man, look, I'll do it for you. I just can't do it right now. That's a good, like, concession.
right.
Hey, man, I'm busy right now, but if you want to come back at 8 o'clock tonight, dude, I'll knock that out for you for $60 instead of the 100. And if they're not cool with that because you don't want to stop what you're doing to do whatever, then that's kind of on them, man. You at least showed them a little common courtesy, which is, I think, another thing that's kind of just going way of the dodo bird.
Now, I think because of my age and stuff,
Well, you are an old man.
I'm getting older. If I tattoo strong for 3 or 4 days in a row, I'm probably not staying late on day number 5. You know what I mean? I mean, like, when I think about being in my 20s and tattooing, I mean, I tattooed one time for 17 hours in a row.
Yeah, but you have a unique circumstance, too, though.
I mean, I just can't take it physically.
Yeah. I'm just saying, though, like, you have a unique circumstance where you're the only one in the shop. So if it's a busy shop and there's somebody, like, sitting there twiddling their thumbs and they don't want to cut somebody a break for $20-$30 to do the tattoo, that's kind of on them, man. Like, at that point, dude, I don't think that person's going to want to come back later on and be like, the whole thing of, like, being the only guy in town anymore is not there. You can't treat people like that anymore.
No. And you know what else is weird about tattooing now? Is the idea of, hey, man, just sit down for an hour. I'll be done with this tattoo in like 40 minutes, an hour. Sit down, hang out.
Shoot the shit?
Yeah, I'll get to you next. People don't expect that anymore.
Nah, because, there's just plenty of shops out there where they just kind of make you feel a little uncomfortable. And I'm not talking about in a scary way. It's like why are you bothering me kind of way.
We all know what it's like to deal with an asshole tattooer.
Yeah, man, and I don't want to do, you know what I mean? So Katie actually brought up the point of their certificate earlier. She jokingly said that. The certificate provided upon completion says, upon successful completion of the course, students receive a certificate which is beneficial for registration with health departments and helps placate customers with extended industry knowledge. The course is homologated, HMOLOGATED.
No idea.
I've never even seen that word before. By UCAM. And it's some foreign university.
I have to get something real quick.
And awards the title of Expert Industry Tattoo Professional. This accreditation signifies a high standard of professional readiness and can increase an individual's chance of securing an apprenticeship or establishing their own business. So that sounds to me like they're basically just handing you a piece of paper that's not going to do anything. Because let me tell you a funny story. Sorry, I don't mean to cough in your ear. I was actually doing sound when I went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia. And I got my degree in music business. I went from working for one sound company to a second sound company. And when I went in there, they said, oh, you went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia. And I was like, yeah, I got my degree and stuff like that. And the dude at the sound company that owned the sound company looked me dead in the eye and went, well, you could take that and just burn it because that's useless in this business.
Jesus. People just fucking mean.
But it was true, though. For that type of business, dude, your experience and your apprenticeship meant more than that degree that I had. Now, that degree later down the road helped me out, but whatever, it's just there's certain things, dude, that experience is way more valid than any type of paper, certificate, whatever that you're going to have.
I'm looking for my Huck Spalding and Rogers tattoo certificate that I got with my starter kit. It said this tattoo studio is equipped with genuine Spalding and Rogers material.
And Drag just said, we're not industry, we're artists. Don't need a certificate to prove it. There you go.
Damn it. This is the trouble with having all kinds of crap.
So I don't know, man. What do you guys think? I want to hear, does anybody out here that's watching the show, and or if you're watching the show after the fact, put it in the comments, let us know. What are your thoughts? I mean, do you feel like this is a good thing or a bad thing for tattooing?
I can't
And
find it.
you know what? If you're going to say it's a good thing, that's cool. Like, I don't... So, hold on a second. And verified, I got a proposal for you. All right, so I got somebody trying to sell me something to build up my... Thank you, Quasi. I'll look into it, buddy.
So, I mean, in addition to my Huck Spalding gold certificate of this studio is equipped with genuine Huck Spalding equipment, I also actually got a T-shirt that said tattoo artist. In case I was, at the tattoo party and you were confused about who was giving the $20 shit tattoos out, I actually had a shirt that identified me.
Yeah, I'm just curious, man. I would love, I'm assuming at some point there's going to be some people that are, going to comment on this, and I don't know if I'm going to have anybody that's going to say, yeah, this is a great thing, or they're going to be afraid to say it, but you shouldn't be afraid to say it. If you feel like that's your deal and it's a good thing, then cool, man, that's on you. No hate, I'm curious. I would just ask you, what makes you think that a school is going to teach you anything more or better than an apprenticeship? And what's the reasoning behind it?
I mean, that's the thing is it's not the kids that are being taken advantage of. I have no beef with people that go to tattoo schools.
Yeah.
Who think that that's the only way that they can get in, or, I mean, because there was a time when I didn't know any better either. I mean, I was tattooed by guys that would spin you around if they thought you were watching them. I have beef with people that are trying to, just take advantage of people that don't know anything. And I mean, and I'm not an easy person to take an apprenticeship with.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's the part that bothers me the most, man, is I just don't like to see people get taken advantage of. I'm not going to say her name, man, but I did interview her, and she said that she went to a tattoo school because of where she lived in the country. There were no tattoo shops around her. Like, if she were to have to try to get a legit apprenticeship or whatever, she would have had to travel like a couple hours away and stuff like that. So I kind of saw what she was saying. But then she said she was also, after the schooling, was willing to put in some type of a apprenticeship thing or whatever, which she wound up doing. And then, and then she got hired at a shop, and they found out at some point she did go to a tattoo school, and they fired her on the spot. I kind of almost felt bad for her.
For lying or for going to the tattoo school?
No, she said, I told you flat out when I got hired that I did go to a school. It was on them that they forgot or didn't think about it. But, she worked there for like a year, and then they came up to her and were like, oh, you went to a school? You're out. Like, that's kind of fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Rip Ride. If you wear or support companies like Nike, you're a fucking Momo. Fuck tattoo schools and fuck people who want to pay to get booked. No wonder the old heads are pissed. Anyone can tattoo.
And not for
So Rip Ride is just as pissed off as I am. Go ahead.
Not for nothing. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the TikTok of the kid. It starts out, he's got like the ink in one hand and the machine in the other, and he's like, and then in the next scene, he's literally just cranking tattoos out all over his body, his legs, his stomach, his arms. But he's like, I don't know, he's
manic.
He's like manically.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah, dude. You look at a video like that and you're like, yeah, we
That's why nobody should just be able to go buy
a machine.
Right. Moderator Nikki said it's the whole Nike getting into tattoos I take issue with. If you want art on your stuff, pay the tattooers directly. Yeah, I mean, there you go. I don't know if I'm going to run into any kind of issues with shining the light on the whole gang of crew over there or whatever, but it's nothing that hasn't already been said, and it's information that's out there. So, that's on them if they get pissed off about it. But the bottom line is, if they're tattooers, dude, they know that these schools are not really welcomed. But then again, so was that other dude that we were talking about earlier, man. Like, I don't understand, dude. Like, oh man, I had an example, and I can't say it because we'll get yanked. Yeah, I can't even give you a different metaphor to use that's not going to get me in trouble. But I'm just saying, like, if you know it's going to cause a problem.
Yeah, I think
Why would you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
to make money.
And if that's all you care about, then you should really, fully understand that there's going to be a lot of pushback, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be pissed off and are going to say nasty shit. Bottom line. I mean, I think we kept it pretty even keel for the most part, except for my little blurb, but
I don't even, they're daisies, man.
Yeah, well,
that's not even getting angry. That's my coffee's a little late.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. I mean, it's this day and age, dude. You got to have like kid gloves. You say the wrong thing and people get pissed off about it. But the bottom line is, you had to have known that this was going to, be some serious pushback. Now, we're not ending this, but there's something else I did want to show you guys. Let me see here. So, I did show this to you earlier.
To me or to them?
To them. And I'm trying to get out of this. There we go. So they have their contact info, blah, 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 right? And why is this not working? It's Spain and the LA area. This snapshot, unfortunately, is not the, I don't know, man. My system has, there you go. There's the address, all this. This is all stuff that you could find on Google. So this is what I'm saying to you is I didn't really say anything tonight that you can't already find. But here's something that I wanted to show everybody. If you look up Ganga Tattoo Academy in LA, temporarily closed. Now.
Hey, man, I got the money. I don't need to operate the school.
I didn't even think of that. I
got the money.
Now, do you think it's that? Or do you think it's, holy shit, I just pissed off the whole internet of tattooers?
I think I've just pissed off the whole internet of tattooers. Yeah.
I mean, I found it awful funny that, I get to the very end of my research and I see that and I go, wait a minute, dude, temporarily closed.
So, down on the Lower East Side of New York, right? Every storefront around St. Mark's, NYU, Columbus Park, and everything, T-shirt shops, little shops run by people, right? So they lift the ban in New York against tattooing. And for 3 or 4 months afterward, as I'm walking down the street, every time I go to the Lower East Side, people are coming out of these shops like, do you want a job tattooing? Do you know how to tattoo? Do you want to? I mean, Buck, I'm not kidding. And I was pretty tattooed. I was already pretty tattooed. But these were people that did not, they were basically taking their I Love New York T-shirt shop and putting a guy in the back.
Mm.
And just, because there's people like that.
Yeah.
They don't.
Joe just said rebranding.
Yeah.
Telling you they're going to come at this with a grip of money. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think it's already happened. I think that, you know, we're talking about a company that has billions of dollars, dude, that could literally just walk up to any shop right now and be like, bang, here's a $500,000, dude. Do it. You know, maybe they're the type that are going to be scouring the internet right now looking for the guy that's disgruntled and he's posting on Instagram and Facebook about, you know, shit sucks right now. I'm going to quit, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to go, boom, we got a victim. We're going to hit him up right now. And they're going to just lay down a sack of cash on the table and be like, hey, dude, you want to open up a tattoo school? There's a lot of people out there that don't have the integrity that will be like, you know, hey, man, I'll take the money. I see him. I'm just pretending I'm not watching him.
What?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, it's, I was going to say, I don't think that that's what happened with this dude. Because if he was already tattooing like famous, you know, movie people and athletes and stuff like that, I don't think it really was that type of scenario.
Dude, there's, you know,
money changes people, man.
I mean, not for nothing, but you know what's better than 3 motorcycles?
4
motorcycles.
Hey, Joe, who was the other company besides Nexus? I couldn't remember the name of the company. I think there's actually 2 other ones. So there was Nexus and then there was 2 other companies.
Because Nexus owns Bishop, Eternal.
Yeah, so he just said, we've seen it with Kingpin, Tat Soul, Bishop, Eternal, FK Irons, countless others. The soul has left the business for some. But thank Christ, a lot of so still exist with many of us. Yeah, man, and I, you know, look, I'm just a little tiny channel, dude, but I'm gonna put up the good fight. I'll just keep voicing my opinion and just pushing history and being like, hey, this isn't right. You know? I don't know, man. I think I went off the handle 2 weeks ago, man, when I was talking about Ronnie Delacqua and the fact that, you know, he said that he sits there sometimes, you know, all week or whatever, doesn't even do a tattoo. And that breaks my heart, dude, especially for somebody that was tattooing for 50 plus years. And, you know, man, he was tattooing in New York when there was, you know, it was illegal and it was, you know, you got pinched for doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you want to talk about somebody that gave their heart and soul to a craft and now they're not good enough for you. Okay, look, man, the dude's tattoos might not be like super crispy, you know, the greatest.
I got tattooed by Stanley.
But I've seen some of his work lately that he's put out, and it was pretty freaking good. It was decent.
Dude,
So,
I got tattooed by Stanley Moskowitz with what looks like he used a 7 mag for an outliner.
Yeah.
But that being in it's like the skull with the top hat and the gloves look like oven mitts, but the flick shading in the skull and the skull's hat is like it's I don't have any other flick shading on me like that as covered as I am.
So Joe just said it's Body Art Alliance.
Body Art Alliance.
There you go. I mean, so it's already happening, and I think that what's going to need to happen in order for this to not continue or to go any further than it already has happened is tattoo artists are just going to have to unite against it. They're going to have to push back. Whether that's, you know, boycotting certain products or whatever, not taking sponsorships from certain companies. The problem with that, though, is if you don't have a united front, it's not going to work. So you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot and take your stand while everybody around you is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the answer is. Because it's going to take everybody. It's not going to be like pockets of people here and there that are pushing back. It's going to take everyone. Keep an eye out for guys like Ganga and others of us that sell out to the almighty dollar. Yeah. It is sad.
I mean, I guess what I would like to see, what I would like to see really happen in the best case scenario for tattooing, is that it just settles. Like the economic stuff peels away the people that aren't really about tattooing for whatever reason, that are going to go to greener pastures to make more money, and then eventually everybody just settles to where they are. You want, it's like what we talk about all the time. You want lemon water and micro tattooing, there'll be shops for that.
Right.
You want to come in here and it's a little greasy and a little loud and a little rough, there'll be shops for that.
Yeah.
Like, I would like everybody to just eventually go to their neutral corners, because the changes happened. Like, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah.
Right?
You can't fight the current.
Like, the YouTube videos are out there showing you everything that took me years to learn. The machines are made so simple now that a 10-year-old can use them, unless they break.
Then you're hooped.
Then you're hooped.
Yeah.
Not mine. Mine, I can just. But, yeah. But anyways, I mean, the genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah.
But I would like to eventually get to a place where it was, like, settled, where everybody could go back to just making a decent living, and, all this, like, bullshit fighting in between us. Like,
Yeah, man. Well, I think the COVID money's ran out. Right now, the economy's bad enough that people don't have, that extra cash laying around to go get tattooed. And I think that what's happening right now is the weak are gonna fall off and the strong are gonna survive. The people that have been doing this for a long time that want to keep plugging are going to be the ones that keep plugging, because they've been here before. They've been here when the economy took a shit and their business got slow, and it ebbs and flows. The newer people that are were raking in cash for a couple years, now they're not. They're going to be the ones that are going to go, man, maybe I need to find a different career.
yeah.
Or start an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
How many of you? Yeah, I mean, dude. Yeah.
How could you even get So, if you had a tattoo artist that you were looking at on OnlyFans and really, could you even get tattooed by them?
Are you talking about you just cranked your hog and then then you go the next day and get tattooed by him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
That would be weird, right? Like, hey, thanks for the sparrow tattoo and for putting that thing in your butt yesterday. That was so nice.
Hey, man, look, I'm not going to, if somebody's got to make money that way.
Dude, I started in OnlyFans.
Yeah?
Yeah, all these dudes.
Jesus, dude.
I'm only kidding.
That is just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Before I forget, man.
Yes.
So we do have the Heritage Arts Tattoo Convention coming up in Roanoke, Virginia, October 10th through the 12th. We also have the Tattoo Socialite Festival in Sebring. It's also October 10th and 12th. If you're interested in either one of those shows, reach out to them for ticket information. We also want to give a shout out to Chris Hawkins, one of our listeners who owns the Ohio Laser Plasma Cutting. They do some fantastic tumblers and stuff like that where they can, laser etch your tattoo shop's name or whatever your business is into their mugs. They look like Yeti mugs. They're really cool. They were nice enough to give me and Justin both a set. They are veteran owned, and we like to support veterans. Also, here's their information in case anybody's interested. And then also, I did want to give a shout out. He's not in tonight, but Fat Cracker has started his LA tattoo tours, where they go to some historic tattoo sites in LA for an hour and a half tour. So, and then Drag just said here on the weekend, a tattoo convention in Santiago. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that, so we'll go ahead and throw that up on screen because I don't want to I'll just hack that up. I'm not even trying to do that.
Yeah, if it's not food, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
Two things, though. You had something you wanted to be reminded.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I want to reach out, and I'll actually put this gentleman's stuff in the Richie Phi episode that I did. Apparently, I used 3 screenshots for a podcast that Richie Phi did with another gentleman. I did not give credit to the other gentleman. He was really cool about it. I told him I would promise him to put it in the details of the story, and I would also say I'm sorry and give out your info tonight. And it is before the Wrath Comes is the gentleman's Instagram page. He does a lot of tattoo history, and he does some really cool podcasts. So go ahead and check him out. And I should have given him credit for the stuff that he did with Richie Phi on his podcast. And I think the podcast, I can't remember what it was called. I'm sorry. It was like something Backroom. Let me see. Oh, there it is.
What am I familiar with? Backroom.
It's called Welcome to the Back Room. Apparently, they were doing it during COVID. They were having like remote ins where they had Shanghai Kate, they had Jackie Gresham, they had Eric Perfect. It actually was pretty cool from the clips that I saw on Instagram. So if you get a chance, go check them out.
So a couple days ago, I bought Born to Lose, Volume 1 and 2 by, what's that dude's name?
Chuck Cavallero.
Chuck Cavallero. Excellent.
I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong. Sorry, Chuck.
Excellent. So I'm really digging like 70s and 80s styles biker stuff lately. And if you like that vibe, if you like the Skulls and the Reapers and the Man's Ruins and the motorcycle stuff, well worth both volumes. I couldn't suggest them more. Super reasonably priced. Really, really good.
I hope you all enjoyed the show tonight. Hopefully we provided enough information. Again, anybody that's listening to this, if you listen to the end, please feel free to make comments in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this subject. We'd love to hear them. We do read the comments. I hope you all have a safe, happy week. I will be live on Wednesday night. I think we're going to talk about Getchell. Yeah, on Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I talked about Ben Corday. So this week, I think I'm going to talk about Elmer.
Ben Corday, really short guy, right?
Ben Corday? Yeah. 7'2"?
Yeah, short guy.
All right, everybody. Have a good week. Peace.
Everybody stay safe. Be good. Take it easy.